How many hands can you get going as quick as possible all at the same time? Hey, everybody! Welcome
Good morning.
in. Bienvenidos. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the end of week 1 of the TBR Blitz. And all of the team captains are here, and we're kind of excited to talk about what's been going on. So I have been gone, Disney, for the last week. I am completely blind walking in. So what's been going on this week? What's been interesting going on your team?
I had a few races out the gate, and I had a sudden influx in that first day. And I was like, wow, okay, great. This is awesome. And then it died down a bit. And now I'm starting to see that really steady sort of input as people start making their way through. And it's fantastic.
Nice. Yeah. Kay, how about you?
I've been seeing a lot of people cheering each other on, people who have been submitting books and others who are saying, I've got 2 or 3 on the go right now, and I'm hoping to get points for next week, and others just cheering them on through it. So I'm really happy that everyone is just being so great and supporting each other.
Nice. Yeah. Tori, how about you?
Same. I mean, honestly, I could not ask for a better team. Everybody has been so supportive and so energetic and so much fun. There's been so many great discussions going on this week. And what I've really liked is everybody's definitely picking the strategy that works best for them. So I have some people that are, get that chonker out of the way right away. I've got some other people that are the racers, that are getting a whole bunch of stuff in already. So it's been cool to see how everybody's individual reading style goes.
Nice. And unfortunately, I just found out that Jord has been struck blind. It's so sad, especially for someone who reads as much as he does. Jord, are you expected to recover soon?
As soon as I can return to the cave, where we like to read and stuff like that. But
got that photosensitivity going on. I like it. Love it.
So when you ascend to the daylight world, you need protection. And then when you descend back down, how do you read in the caves?
With our torch.
It's absolutely the best way to read, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's the original way.
Kind of is.
Yeah, that Abraham Lincoln thing going on, reading legal text by candlelight by his fire. I like it.
That's exactly right.
So are there people on your team that are just kill? Because I know that they're, especially when you start, you get a lot of people on your team. The teams are actually really even. It's like 36, 37, I think, for each team. So that's great. But I know you get people that kind of disappear at the beginning and maybe they come back at the end. But have you got people on your team that are just like out there killing it, not only with their numbers, but being supportive of other people as well?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Smashers MVP so far this month has been Daniel, who not only has already given me 4 out of his 5 reads, has also been extremely active in the chat and is just keeping that vibe really hyped. It's amazing. So total MVP there for Daniel, smashing it out for me. It's amazing. So yeah.
Nice. We'll be handing out MVP titles. I love it.
Yeah.
How about the rest of you? You got folks in your team that are killing it?
Yeah, I've got Pat Sava, who has submitted 3 of their 5 books already and is also cheering people on. Yeah.
That's insane. Pat has finished 3?
Yep. And they're cheering people on along with Andrea, who has also been cheering everyone on and just doing great, keeping chats up. And Derek is another one who has been reading lots of books. He's got 3 on the go, I think, at the moment. And he's like, I'm going to get them done. So he's been bringing a great attitude as well.
Nice. Yeah. How about Tori and Jordan?
Jordan?
I do as well. I have Jane, who has submitted 4 books. So knocking it out of the park.
Okay, Does this mean that somebody is going to be done with their readathon contingent this week?
Yep.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I admire and respect and honor you. I don't understand you, but wow.
Yeah. I know she's also reading her fifth book at the moment. She's about halfway done with book number 5 already. So,
Yeah.
and then I have quite a few others that have submitted a lot of books, probably more than I can name at the moment, but it's been very consistent, like whole team effort. So it's been great.
Yep.
How about you, Tori?
I mean, if I was sitting here and calling out all of the people who have been champs this last week, we'd be here for an hour. So my top 2 book contributors this week were Zin and Ty, who both put in 3 books each.
Nice.
I love Zin.
And Zin has been a great chat presence. Ty has been the energy battery of our group. Shout out to Steve too. Steve's been really great helping me. Like, he's always supporting everybody and cheerleading everybody. So you guys have been, everybody in our team has just been awesome this week.
Kate, we'll talk about that later. Didn't go as well as you would hope.
Oh dear.
So what are the books that you see keep coming up? Because we talked about a couple, and there were some that I thought at the beginning, like everybody's going to read this right off the bat. Are you finding like repeated patterns?
Not as much as I thought I would.
Same.
No.
I've had only two so far of the Sanderson Frugal Wizard book, and again only 2, and only 2 so far of the Way of Edan, and so far they're the only repeats I've had. So yeah.
Okay,
It's really broad.
I have to ask about Way of Edan. Like with the other team captains, are you seeing people reading that now, or is it one of those, hey, we're all going to grab it now and then we're going to read it when we get to it type of things?
I think it's more read it when they get to it type thing. Like a lot of people are excited about it, but I haven't seen a lot of people read it. But I have seen one consistent thing, that a lot of the books start with one word, and that would be the.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Very important to track that. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I have it tracked. There are in the stack, does it all start with the, and then the takes up like this much of the stack, or does it skip the first
A surprising
word
amount.
like a librarian?
For sure.
So no, there's 19 appearances of the word the.
Wow.
Okay,
I wasn't tracking that.
I wasn't either.
I have been tracking the split though between fantasy and sci-fi, and fantasy is knocking it out of the park compared to sci-fi. I think I've got 7 sci-fi so far, and considerably more of fantasy. So yeah.
Do you think that that's true in general, or is that just us and who we generally tend toward fantasy more?
I think it's pretty normal.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think we tend to be a fairly fantasy centric bunch in this corner of YouTube. There aren't very many people who do read both. And yet we're lucky. We do have some people in the community. I know Michael over at Fit to be Read, although he's not, as far as I'm aware, taking part in the readathon. He's very active in BookTube, despite really not sharing a lot of the content. So I do think it's a separate little subgroup of BookTube. So, yeah.
Because when I was a young pup 9,000 years ago, it was like sci-fi was everything, and like fantasy was just like this little corner over here, and it feels like the teeter-totter has gone to the other side at this point.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's some pretty strong sci-fi out there at the moment, which
I'm reading one right now.
Just not as aware of it, but it's definitely out there.
I've heard there's this book called Red Rye Bread. I can't remember what it's called, but it's apparently pretty. It's something about
Pierce
that.
Brosnan, Pierce somebody. I don't know.
That would be a very different book.
Red Rye Bread.
Right.
I bombed, but yeah.
It's like a cookbook for sci-fi fans.
Absolutely.
On our team, we've had one book that has been read 3 times already this week, and that was Senlin Ascends.
Oh, wow.
So that one has been represented. We've had 2 Iron Golds this week. But other than that, it's pretty much been same, where it's just a lot of some books. I've had to look up so many books this week because I'd not heard of a lot of them, which was cool. So
I've added a couple to my TBR, which kind of defeats the purpose, but hey,
it's okay. That's for the next TBR readathon.
Yeah.
Then you
We'll
can
knock
say
those out the next
it's
one.
been there for. I will say one of the things that I really got excited about was the number of 4 and 5 star reads, because I'm tracking what star ratings we're all giving, and it's very like almost all of the books we've read this week have been 4 and 5 star ratings, which tells me that everybody's enjoying the books that they're reading as well, which is equally important. So
yeah.
Well, especially if you're going to be knocking stuff off of your TBR, it's like,
right.
pray God it's on there for a reason.
Right.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Otherwise, you just keep knocking it down. It's like, oh, I'll get to that at some point.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So, how about you guys? Like, what have you read so far? And like, what did you really enjoy? I don't, you don't have to rank them, I guess, but like, what are you having fun with?
So I want to give my stats quick, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I actually did get 4 submissions for the Wave of Dawn.
Ooh.
That was the most common
Nice.
one I got. And then we actually had 4 submissions for chunkers as the prompt.
Wow, nice.
So people are knocking out their chunkers, getting it out of the
Really?
way.
Nice.
And then I had a 3-way tie between debut author, 20th and 21st century prompts or bonus points. And there was
Nice.
5 in each of those.
Nice.
Impressive.
Yeah, so it's been nice to see. But for myself in reading, I was stuck in the House of Chains.
Yeah. That's going to keep you busy for a while.
When you say stuck in House of Chains, are you not enjoying it, or does it feel like more effort than fun, or?
Oh no, it was just huge.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000+ pages of Malazan, and it was enjoyable. I did actually quite like it, but yeah, reading through that, I was worried that I was not going to be able to knock my chunker out and be able to keep reading for the rest of the readathon.
What is this Malazan of which you speak? I haven't.
Some unknown author. No one knows, really.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, kudos to Tori. For those of you who don't know, it happened. I saw it. Just had the interview with the author.
Oh,
yes.
I was like, what did I do?
For a moment, I was really worried that hadn't happened yet.
Yes, it has.
It
Yeah,
has.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you haven't seen that yet, go over to Tori's channel and check it out, because she had this big, long, in-depth interview
It was
with
amazing.
him that I got to see like 15 minutes of. But that was really cool. But yeah, are all of the Malazan books like El Chancarinos?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one I just
They're pretty big.
finished was 200 pages shorter than book 3. So this one was, I had 200-page reprieve on this one in book 4.
That's so many pages. Oh.
And then while we're on it, I wanted to ask about Senlin Ascends. Have any of you guys read Senlin Ascends?
I
Not
haven't, no.
Okay.
I have not.
This is the only time in the history of the universe that I've read something that good people haven't. The thing I got to say about Senlin Ascends, I do not think it's for everybody. It's very much like reading Jonathan Swift. It's all kind of intellectual parallels, like reading Gulliver's Travels. But it's really a cool and interesting, different take on a fantasy book. So when you get a chance to add that onto your TBR.
It's
on
there
my
already.
shelf already.
It's there.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get to scores. So I was thinking about how I'm going to do this, and we all know that boys go last. So I'm just thinking I'm going to go alphabetically this time. So Stack Smashers.
Alrighty.
How are you sizing up? Now, again, this is just week 1, and
just
we're
week
kind of
1.
getting the wheels turning. So how are things going for you right now?
I'm really happy with the way the team's going. Everybody's sort of helping each other get through, and we've almost maxed out our points. We're only 3 points off what the maximum could be with the number of books that have been read. And that's been on missing the second bonus point, the bonus prompt. and one review being missed, and only because that person didn't want to leave a negative review.
Oh,
So I
okay.
can't really argue with that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that's actually a pretty good reason not to.
Mhm.
So can't really argue that. So all in all, we have managed to knock off 29 books from the overall TBR.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Yeah, which is awesome. So out of a possible 87, we have 84.
84 points in the first week?
Yeah, I am super stoked with my team. They're amazing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so like knocking it out of the park right off of the bat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're really
Heck
just
yeah.
powering through.
And who was your superstar? Who had turned in the most number of books?
Daniel
Daniel,
Cusser.
that's right.
Yeah.
Kudos. Big up to
Amazing.
Daniels. Well done, Daniel.
Oh,
well
hell
done.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll keep on going in alphabetical. So if I remember my alphabet correctly, K comes after D, but before T. So
Yeah, no, we are doing fantastic. Like Derry, I am so proud of everyone, even those who have not submitted their points yet, but are just chugging along and
Yeah.
checking in constantly and saying, "I'm working on it. I'm working on
Yep.
it. I'm reading and I'm enjoying it." So, out of the ones that we did get submitted, there was only 1 point that didn't count for a review, and that's
whoa.
one I'm looking into currently. And so far, the total points that we have are 63 for what's submitted.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's so many books off the pile.
I know. I'm so happy for everyone.
Yeah.
So did you say 63 points?
Yeah, for everything that's been submitted right now.
And how many books?
Wow.
That is 21 bucks, I believe it was.
21 books.
And one review is
Okay.
missing. Otherwise, everyone has maxed out their points.
Awesome.
Got it. And
Mhm.
all right, Kayla, right now you're behind Derry. So what is your plan for this week to spur those numbers up?
Just keep going with morale, keep checking in with people, and honestly, cheering everyone on. So
Yeah.
I think that makes a huge difference in keeping
Mhm.
people going, because we don't want to burn out either, right? We
No.
don't want people to just jump into this, burn themselves out in the first week, and then be done with the readathon. I want everyone to be happy, enjoy their reads, and keep reading right to the last day.
Yeah.
Nice. That's absolutely
nice.
perfect. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
month is a
before we
long
move on,
term
I
in
will
reading.
say, one, make sure to try and rack up all the points that you can for your team. But number two, so far, I think we have almost every single book turned in have a review attached to it,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
amazing. That is a huge thing, not only for the points for the readathon, but for the authors that you want to support as well. So that's amazing. I was not expecting that at all. And you got the Bard party starting right now.
Look at that. Watch this go.
All right, let's see, Tori. Oh, sorry, I need to get that thumb in. Hang it. There we go. How's it going in your neck of the woods? How are the barbarians?
The
doing?
barbarians are so full of fire this week. I'm loving it. Our chat group is so much fun. They have been awesome. And it's really, even at the end of this first week, it's really starting to feel like a community. We've really got a lot of, great conversations going in the chat. Everybody's supporting each other. And yeah, they've been so much fun, and I'm just tickled with how the week has gone. We have had a 100% review rate so far.
Whoa.
With all the points that have turned in, which I'm stoked about. So good job, guys. We had 31 books read this
Wow.
week. And we missed 1 point. We only missed 1 point on a bonus prompt the whole week.
That's awesome.
So I was so proud of everybody. You guys were amazing, hitting all the prompts and the reviews. We have a total of 92 points for this week.
Whoa.
Dang.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
Epic.
all them. I just work
That's
here.
amazing. That's
That
amazing.
is okay. So, and who were your superstars on your team? It was Ty and
So
and
Ty and Zin both
Zin.
submitted 3 books each. I'm trying to remember how many people submitted 2 books each, but it's at least 5 or 6 people
Yeah.
this week that were doing 2 books. So yeah, everybody's been just having a great time. And we have a lot of people that are working on their chonkers first. And, so it's definitely a good balance so far.
Well, and I know Ty and Zen will both continue to be there for the team after they're done reading their 5, which is part of what makes them amazing human beings. And I just want to say for everybody else, if you get done with your 5, stick with your team. And be there for everybody else, because not any one of us can do it on our own.
Exactly.
It takes the whole village to actually get there. So that's fantastic. Okay, boys last. Jord in the middle of nowhere. Right now, what you got to beat is 31 books out of the Barbarians and 92 points. So how did your week go?
Well, similar to everybody else, we only had 1 point that couldn't be counted on a bonus point,
That's
but
amazing.
every book has a review.
You guys are amazing.
That's fantastic.
Which is phenomenal. Overall, we've read 20,442 pages as a team.
He's doing page numbers now.
Wow.
Jeez.
Which is 25% of our goal.
Nice.
Which is 49 books for a total of 146 points.
What?
Dude.
What?
That is insane.
What?
How?
Wow.
What? I'm sorry. You have 49 books in a week?
Yep.
With
It's all
36. Okay.
That's almost
So
twice
more than almost 2 books per player.
No, because that would be 60.
Yeah, but
There's 38.
6, whatever. Oh, and how many points?
146.
Holy God Almighty, Maker of heaven and earth! That's amazing.
Crikey.
Okay.
Crazy.
So what we've all learned here today is to read Underground in a Cave by Torchlight.
Apparently, it's the most successful method. Whew.
Holy.
So,
impressive.
my team is incredible. So they're
Clearly.
keeping on pace. Like, everybody has to read a book and a quarter in order to get 100% perfection, and we're on track. We hit it barely by the skin of our teeth.
Okay, so you are literally 25% into the readathon with 25% of your points delivered.
Yep, 25.79% of the books read and 25.61% of points.
Wow.
Well,
Did
this is why they say that Jord may seem mild-mannered.
He's a beast. Really. Far
I'm
out.
really not.
But as soon as you put a competition in front of him, it's knives out.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so I need to say congratulations to the Spelunkers for being amazing. I hope that this inspires everybody else to turn in your points, keep on reading your books, and go catch those earthworms, because they're digging tunnels, man. They're going like crazy. Jord, what do you want to say to your team, man?
Just thank you. Like, honestly, like, it's amazing. Like, everybody's in there. Like, pretty much we only had like 3 people on the entire team not turn in a book in week 1, which is incredible. Which everybody's reading. We're all reading together. Like, we just kind of buckle down, read, knock it out, having fun. So,
So are you, again, I was out all this week, but are you guys doing where you all get together and read reading sprints?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
we did one.
That's amazing.
And how many people do you have join in for a reading sprint?
I've had a lot of views rather than people there when I'm live, but a lot of people are coming back and joining in later. So it's, I don't know, it's a nice thing to make this really isolated and very personal individual thing become a team sport and a social event. And that's probably my favorite part of it. It's just so much fun. So.
Yeah, I participated in my first one. It was a lot less weird than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I have had a couple of people show up and go, I don't get it. Like, I genuinely don't understand. Why are we watching people read? And, you know, by the end of a stream, they're like, oh, this is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, I liked those when you get to whatever, 10, 20 minutes and you take a break and then you all kind of chit chat a little bit about what you're reading and what your experience was. That was really cool. Okay. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. We're near the half-hour mark. So I just want to say thank you all so very much. Thank you to everybody who's participating. Look, Spelunkers have bragging rights for the rest of the week. So stretch your stuff, Spelunkers. Not that anybody will see it because you'll be underground and in the dark. But
Hey, we have more books to read.
That's right. And for everybody else, you've got a goal now. You've got a bar that you need to clear. So yeah, I suppose I should start turning in some of my points.
Have to. Come on.
Get to that.
Actually, just finished my first book about an hour ago, so I'm very happy to have that one done and moving on to the next one. Okay. Again, thank you all so much. I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the Discord. Bye.
We will.
Bye, guys.
See you.